Hey people, Intro here, 53, Katrine Purification Plant, blue team. It's all chaos, fellas. We have Mad with a Plague Champion starts off. The damage of a time bolt gun can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. Can also repair. Alongside double chaos sorcerers, Stybek and FXL. Looks like this is the Night Lord's elite scheme here. These are offensive and disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Red team, Noobussy is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Alongside Imperial Guard, Venjitron is an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. And rounding off the teams, Deathclaw as a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, really strong defense and support. Can also add to that retinue. Looks like we have the Catechin's elite scheme here recolored somewhat. Against the Plague Champion on this west side. Got that Noble Worship for, I believe it's plus 2.5 health per second, which is very nice, especially if you can sit yourself in some heavy cover. Sentinel getting quite low there. Plague Champion goes for a cheeky little decap. Some more Noble Worship. The Heretics moved up. They don't seem to be moving ahead and targeting the Heretics. There we go, they're targeting them now. Good stomp from the Sentinel. Sentinel getting very low. There's some repairs. CSM going in for some melee, are they? No, they're just getting very close and shooting it, I suppose. Might be able to finish off this Sentinel. Oh, FXL losing some CSM. Howling Banshees getting it done. They got themselves into a bad spot, I suppose. Warlock was also helping out. I think that's the same Heretics, but I don't think they had double Heretics. That's a nice Doom Bolts there I just missed. Against these. Oh, these are Talon Desert Raiders, recolored by Venjitron. Sorcerer gets away, replaces the CSM. Did the Sentinel make it out? It did. Sentinel barely gets away. Lord General also gets away. Looks like Nigel has died, but they'll be replaced. Can't keep Nigel down. Heretics with grenade launchers. Double Heretics with grenade launchers. There's that barrage. Another barrage. Keeping them knocked down and controlled. Very effective there. Stomp comes in though. Some Zinchian worship for the infiltration. Doom Bolts misses the Sentinel. 474, 500 very early on. Noobussy comes to rotate in from the eastern side. Warlock gets a special attack to his face. The replaced CSM of FXL with some Polterfire. Looking to pick up the slack of their dead brethren, I suppose. Warlock is run off, so are those Guardians. Where are the Banshees, though? Banshees coming out of base now. Red team do have the Eastern power with gens on it. Stolen wreck point on that western edge by Mad. These guys just got their Eternal War upgrade. Being chased by Catechins. Mad has lost their Heretics along the way. Maybe they never got away from that first engagement, actually. Repairs for that Sentinel that's been in the wars already. These guys are backing off from the Catechins because Catechins have power melee weapons. And there's 6 of them in that squad, although the fellow who holds the grenade launcher, does he actually have a melee attack? Does he just smack you with the grenade launcher? Single cap here for the blue team. Mad with some Noise Marines up. Will most likely replace the Heretics in tier 1, you'd expect, but I guess we'll see. They ain't replacing them yet. Through the mid, they grabbed a VP, thanks to FXL. Havoc's on the field for both of those Sorcerer players, keeping those Banshees in check. They have aspect of strength. FXL does not have a sparring champion on the Heretics, which would help dissuade those Banshees from pushing in as well. Also protect them from nasty destructive shots from the Warlock. Channeling Runes is in. Taking back their natural is the red team. Nice shot from the spotters, eh? Doom bolts, grenade launchers, everything flying into that blob. Sentinel trying to tank it all. Stomps the Sentinel. And judges it perfectly. Gets away with the 17 hit points. Double spotters. That's quite fun to see from Venjitron. We also have some spotters for Deathclaw after those Catechins. Grenade launcher barrage is going in. Huge burst of damage there. Also Havoc's in play. And they just lost one of those spotters. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. I'm not sure why they pushed up. Why would you close the distance with artillery spotters? Sentinel trying to get away from that Nurgle stink. I hear Banshee's war shouting on the east side, but the Havocs stop them in their tracks. You can get around them here. But you can't see enemy firing arcs. Sorcerer teleports in, immediately gets a special attack. Sword of Flame is up, which is doing huge damage to that Shuriken cannon crew. Looks like they have got away. Oh, maybe not. Teleports again. One hit isn't enough, though. On the west side, there is a power bash. And some death there. I had to look away for a second to cough. Did something die? The Catechins died, okay. On the east side, Sorcerer levels up and runs. Levels up to 2. Any other levels over here? Not really. No war gear for the Plague Champion. Everyone else level 1. We do have a crossbow bolt pistol for the Inquisitor. Banshee's able to get in this time. And maybe they can touch the power too. Plague Champion caught out of position. I was decapping that wreck point there. That's fair enough. I think that's worth doing. Havoc trying to do their thing, but they're going to get artillery spotted with that mortar shell and they have to run. Doesn't look like Venjitron is in a hurry to push the mid though. Blue team do have this central power with the gen on it. Red team still have the eastern edge though. And the power was indeed bashed. At least one gen went down. I think it was only one though. Warlock with a merciless switchblade. And Cloak of Shadows queued up for tier 2. That's going to help those Banshees do their thing. Especially combined with channeling runes. Can pop the Cloak of Shadows, and once it wears off or they get into too much trouble, start channeling those runes. Grenade barrages, and then a big old retreat from Stybek. Triple grenade launchers is quite fun. Mark of Zinc CSM for mad. Double. Yep, double. Making short work of that Sentinel. Very short work. They're up against Plasma Gun Guardsmen though, and these guys will trade quite well when they're fully upgraded. Noise Marines barely getting away. CSM wiped actually. Took my eyes off of them for a second, and they wiped pretty badly. Bane Wolf on the field for Venjitron. This is unique to the Inquisitor. Spawns it back at base. That Chem Cannon is very effective against infantry and dissolving structures with the acid stuff, I assume it spurts out. So you might see it. Yeah, there it is, pushing all the way up to the power maybe. More grenade barrages. And artillery spotter strikes. And Marco Zinc CSM. These guardsmen here do not have plasma guns, and they're wiped out by the Blastmaster shot there. Pretty damn effective. There's a Chem Cannon doing its thing. Debuffing targets on hit. And just dissolving their armor off them, I suppose, and their skin and bones. Very quickly taking out the gens. Gonna get a full bash there, I think. A decent Doom Bolts. And double Stormtroopers here for Deathclaw as they try to recover some losses. 395 to 400. Very even on VPs. FXL with some Bloodletters out in tier 2. More Markov Zinch Chaos Space Marines. Is that really worth the expense here against light infantry? I mean, it is good. It's the constant question, isn't it? Is it worth getting Markov Zinch when you're not facing heavy infantry? Because you give up Slaughter if you have an aspiring champion, and Slaughter's pretty damn good. And you're not getting a damage bonus against light infantry, although it is still very good DPS. I believe those Zinch bolters are 18 DPS. At least they used to be. Did it tell me here? 18.15, okay. 368 to 400, 2 to 1 for red. There's a Noxious Cloud. Doesn't seem like it's going to be able to get any hits in. It's going to give chase. Big firefight now, Blastmaster. It's a good hit, it's a very good hit. And Noxious Cloud does get in there because of the knockback. That was super effective. Wiped out a bunch of stuff on Deathclaw. Dark Flames on retreat path as well. Big grenade barrage going in. And Blastmaster. Holy crap, these ranged blobs are getting decimated. Hell Fury Strike dropped in. And the Bane Wolf has a word with its Chem Cannon. Goes straight through for the power again, maybe. Oh, there's nothing over there to bash, really. Can bash the node, I suppose. Las Cannon Havocs warped in by the Sorcerer. There's one shot. They also have the Curse of the Icon of Tzeentch for the Curse of Tzeentch. 2 shots. 3 shots. 1 more will do it. Venjitron not paying attention, I don't think, and down it goes. I think they could have saved that Bane Wolf there. On the east side, blue team have stolen the power. Bloodletters are fighting Howling Banshees. Very low on hit points, though. Supported by Havocs. Bloodletters down to 2 models. Misjudged that slightly, but looks like they're going to be okay because of the suppression they couldn't chase. Bloodletters made it out. Howling Banshees almost level 3. Seer Council on the way. Deathclaw down to a single squad at Stormtroopers with the assault kit. And we have Sniper Rifle Lord General 2 with stabilizers. Venjitron has a Manticore and a Primaris Psyker now. Big losses for those 2 Guardsman players because of the amount of area of effect stuff the blue team was able to bring in with the Blastmaster, the grenade launchers, and Curse of Tzeentch. Those guys have it on them, running away top of your screen up there. 337 to 349. Manticore. Yeah, that's really bad news for Heretics and Manticore Strike, but they all ran off. Plague Champion leveling to 3. No war gear, getting some capping done. Pushing forward to try and get that wreck point, it looks like. Busy little Nurgle fella. Chaos Sorcerer hits level 3. Can the Eldar get them off the power with Banshees and Seer Council and some infiltration thanks to Cloak of Shadows? The Seer Council projecting that ranged damage resistance aura, which will be massively useful here. Coruscating Flame up on himself there, the Sorcerer. So we'll ignite nearby enemies and do some damage over time. There's the channeling runes. Little burst of it at least. Warlock is level 3 here. They basically lost no hit points making that push. I'm hearing a Chaos Dreadnought yelling with an autocannon exploding some Kashyyykin. Down they go. Were those Deathclaws? Not paying attention to those fellas, I guess. 322 to 335. VP still very even, despite the huge losses red team have taken. Deathclaw is tier 3. Could drop a Lehman Russ in pretty soon from the global bar. There's all those grenade launchers, and Curse of Tzeentch again wipes out a bunch of guardsmen. So nasty. Don't think you can stand there, Mr. Deathclaw. Hell Fury dropped in on the Heretics. A nice tool to have against them. Did a huge amount of damage actually to those Heretics. In fact, it killed like 20 Heretics, I think. Only a couple of aspiring champions and a few on these guys left. Look at that pile of them over there. Inquisitor comes in with Servo Skull. Increases the sight radius and gives you Auspex scan, which is helpful when you want to Manticore strike things. You can check where it is, maybe. Crossbow bolt pistol does the crippling volley, and oh, I thought the Dreadnought ran in to hit her in the neck, but did not. Would have killed her with a melee attack there. Meanwhile, Noobussy has found some isolated bloodletters, and they are getting shredded by Seer Council and Banshees, having to warp out, but then they retreat a bit too soon. And they're going to wipe. Needed to try and be a bit more patient there, warp them out, and then run them away slowly, and then retreat them. 297 to 302. Havocs in retreats. They were, I think that was Strip Soul you saw on them there from the Primaris Psyker. VP still very even. Red team somehow still in this. There's a double now, though. Manticore taken out, as you can see. Thanks to Stybek's warp shenanigans with the Mark of Tzeentch Havocs. Dreadnought gets repairs. Double Mark of Tzeentch. Very blobbed up, but that is a light cover crater there they're using. Blue team trying to steal back the central power. Our red team got the east back as well, so they've got a decent chunk of power income here. Yeah, plus 79. Might be going for this VP, this council. Quite quick on their feet. They have fleet as well. Can the red team hit back? Deathclaw ignores Leman Russers, goes straight for a Stormblade. Venjitron just hit tier 3. Noobussy, floating resources. Looks like they're saving for an avatar. We'll have to be wary of the Mark of Tzeentch CSM, but avatars are pretty damn good in general. Really help Eldar with their durability because it does give damage resistance aura as well, I think, the avatar. Also, that suppression immunity is nice, and just being able to soak up the damage as well. Doom Bolts makes those guys run. Warlock up to some shenanigans. What's he up to? Trying to kill those Havocs. Didn't work out. Are you guys going to chuck a grenade? Getting barraged. Did not chuck a grenade. A lot of stuff thrown at those poor Guardians. Somehow they survived. The Rod of Warp Fire in for the Sorcerer. Did not get their VP decapped. Looks like the west side got decapped though. Plague Champion with a Plague Fist. Super heavy on build, says Venjitron. It's the Stormlord. Stormblade is already in play. And Deathclaw now going for a Manticore. That is a really risky pull, that Manticore. Doesn't really give you any field presence. All it can do is shoot those big old rockets. And if you don't hit good ones, or if it gets taken out quickly, it's a big chunk of resources going on there. Here comes the Stormblade with its big plasma blast gun. There we go. Unfortunately, it leaves this big, ugly texture on the ground, which I'm hoping they can fix or remove or something. Blastmaster getting shots. Stormblade is taking huge amounts of damage, actually. Plague Champion is on it too. There's the telekinetic dome from the Primaris Psyker. They have their Diviner's Foresight. Stormblade almost went down there. I was not expecting that much damage from Blastmaster and Plague Fist, but it did some real good work. Manticore wiped out this Blastmaster, I think. Yes, it did, and wiped out the Heretics with the help of some fire. What was that fire from? Was that Hell Fury, maybe? Meanwhile, in the mid, 2 Chaos Predators, one with the Mark of Noble. Oh, 2 with the Mark of Noble. Makes them super durable. Big health pool, health regen, and melee resistance. And they get some damage over time bolt guns and a damage over time Nurgle Muck on their autocannon. Avatar of Cain is here. Super unit for Eldar. Almost said super unit for Chaos. I mean, it is a demon. Provides massive area of effect bonuses to nearby allied infantry and is a powerful combatant. But it can't do it all alone. Noobussy has lost their Howling Banshees too. Guardsman here getting a Commissar. There's Curse of Tzeentch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Rod of Warp Fire, and then they die. They just got that Commissar as well. 297 to 122 on the VPs. Red team in a bit of bother. Although they have the Western VP. There's that Stormlord. This thing has a Vulcan Mega Bolter on the front. Massive anti-infantry damage, and you can reinforce off that thing. Even transport inside of it. And the Stormblade still getting repairs. Is that a repair bunker? I don't think it is, actually, because the Manticore isn't being repaired. It's just a bunker at the moment. Meanwhile, big fight in the mid. Last Cannon getting some hits on the Avatar, but Seer Council are there to chop them up. Look at that damage. Can they finish him? They can. Last Cannon is down now. Nurgle tanks having a go. This one levels to 2. Seer Council flee. Avatar, I don't think will push that alone. Inquisitor getting her natural back. Her Gartus is on the field now. Fire Prism for Noobussy. Deathclaw with some guardsmen into a heavy weapon squad. More stable choices, I think. Guardsmen can of course repair. So can a heavy weapon squad. But they're good for holding contested victory points. There's that big plasma blast gun. Nasty. Catechins no, it's not Catechins. Stormtroopers standing in Nurgle's stink for a bit there. A bit too long. 291 to 122. Now we have a Mark of Zinch Chaos Predator to help take out these large super vehicles of the enemy team. Garter's going in, getting some good hits. Manticore misses everything. Down goes the Inquisitor, took a las cannon to the cheek. Can they push against the Stormlord? They should be. Stormlord can't really do that much against vehicles. I mean, it does have some las cannons on the side, I suppose. Boom. Big old boom. Dreadnought doesn't want any of that noise and backs away. 291 to 115 on the VPs. Land Raider Phobos now for Stybek. FXL down to 2 Predator tanks and that's it. Into some heretics to support them. Is this one going to survive? This is Stybek's. Looks like it got walked out to safety. Red team really coming back into this game, eh? They've stabilized. With the super heavy tanks and the Avatar. Venjitron and Deathclaw now building off those points with some infantry. Got some Kassakin here with melter guns in hand. Elite infantry that can swap their specialized weapon at will. Just have to wait a while. Fast capping and have grenades and things. Limited to 1, of course. Stormlord is still being repaired, but it's almost there. And there's his Stormblade. Also still needs repairs. Fire Prism for Noobussy. It's not going to last long in the sights of a Phobos. Needs to be very careful here. Looks like it's backing the hell away from a Phobos. Bright Lance getting shots in. Nasty DPS from a Bright Lance. You don't get the snare like you do from las cannons, but it just chucks out damage. Still getting shots in. Sorcerer went in to fight the Seer Council, which was weird, and promptly died. Maybe they were trying to... Maybe they were trying to warp the Plague Marines up there, and they wanted to get closer to the Fire Prism. Those allied Plague Marines, or maybe just warp the Phobos itself up there. I mean, it wasn't that far away though, eh? 244 to 115. Red team holding on to a 2-to-1 cap. Warlock in amongst some Plague Marines now, trying to stop them from firing. Down goes the Chaos Predator. Which one was that though? That was one of the Mark of Nurgle ones. Stormblade coming in. Also has those las cannons trying to finish off that Predator tank. Big shot from the blast gun. That was a plasma overcharge. You can see the Stormlord now has disabled weaponry. Stybek just warped the Phobos back to safety there. Rocket run. Messed up the Plague Marines pretty badly. Down goes a Chaos Dreadnought, but down goes a Stormblade. 213 to 115. Fire Prism survives for now. Hell Fury dropped in. And down goes the tank. Did the Hell Fury fire take the tank out? Imperial Abyss from one of the Sorcerers back there. Probably Stybek, but I'm not sure. Blue team lost a lot on that little push though, eh? I guess red team also lost a super heavy tank though. Plague Champion level 6 with the Icon of Nurgle was being shut down by Strip Soul there, I think. Or maybe the other one that I forget the name of. Because I think Strip Soul suppresses and the other one just slows you down. But I always forget the name of that one. Mad has tons of red, could drop a nuke. Or maybe get some Terminators soon. 181 to 115. The smoke clears to a 2-1 for red team. Still holding on to it. There's the tier 3 for Mad finally. They still have double marker Zinc CSM and that level 6 Plague Champion. Phobos survived as well, and FXL still has a tank. Getting some repairs there. Plague Marines on the way for Stybek. Need a concerted push somewhere, I think. The Phobos could make very short work of those Manticores, but it could also get hit by both of them in strikes. Double Fire Prisms in. Been used well so far, kept at their maximum range for the most part. This is generally how you want to use them, since they are quite vulnerable to any kind of concerted push with anti-vehicle weaponry. Only 500 hit points level 1, these guys. Not sure what this is about. I guess they didn't like getting shot at, so they threw their shield up. Tome of Subjugation in. That'll help deal with the Seer Council. There we go. Subjugating the Seer Council and sending them after their own Warlock friend, who promptly runs away. Can now send them onto the Bright Lance. Maybe it's one off. 128 to 115. Still a 2-1 for red. Something power bashing. Oh, they're stealing the power here. Manticore striking. I don't think the blue team need more power income. Should have just bashed it, I think. But I guess that takes more time. Here comes an Eldritch. Phobos really went far forward, eh? Don't think it's going to get away from this. Down it goes. Was it trying to get after those fire prisms, maybe? There's an Imperial Abyss. Probably from Mad. Was it say Nurgle green one? Some good damage on the Stormlord there, but nothing really to follow it up. Oh, here's some Plague Marines. Can they decap here? Looks like the Plague Champion is going to try. Does have the Pestilent Strike to help. 95 to 115. They're not using Pestilent Strike to get the cap, which is very strange. I feel like they could have got it. Maybe it was on cooldown. Mad getting a Chaos Predator of their own, but blue team have really capitulated here. Some Bloodletters spawning in, thanks to Circle of Summoning. Down to 90 VPs now, the blue team. Stybek gets a whole bunch of Plague Marines. Sorcerer goes down. Were they trying to warp them in, maybe? Seer Council gets subjugated. They've done really well, though. Level 4 they got, look. Manticore. The Manticores have done really well, too. Down to 70 VPs. And they can't make it out of their own area, really. Double Fire Prisms just hanging out back there, ready to disrupt anything that tries to cap. Double Plague Marines threatened by the Seer Council. Getting knocked all over the place. Can you guys get a cheeky decap? No, they're going to run. Double Heretics here for FXL. Another Land Raider Phobos is up. This thing is really far forward, the Stormlord. Backed up by an Executioner Leman Rust, not a Vanquisher. Manticore Strike again. Big gold retreat. 42 to 115. Stormtroopers on the way for Deathclaw. I think they can get the Stormlord. Was way too far forward there. Noobussy says they're over the pop cap. And they are. That is very interesting. I don't know what happened there. 30 to 115. Was it because of subjugation, maybe? Something got subjugated, then they purchased something, and then it went back into their possession after the subjugation worn off. That's the only thing I can think of. Even Rust goes down. So does another Chaos Predator. Triple Fire Prisms moving up now. 17 to 115. Phobos is going to go down, I think. Maybe. One of the Fire Prisms went down because they looked at it funny, it looked like. Can they get another one? The Phobos survives, needs a bunch of repairs, and they are running out of time here. Down to 2 VPs, there it is. The red team take it with a tier 3 comeback. Big old super heavy tanks. Both of them went down in the end, but they did really well to stabilize. Noobussy with the Seer Council and the Fire Prisms, and going over population. And it must have been, yeah, it must have been the Seer Council being subjugated. I think they got subjugated and then they purchased another Fire Prism, maybe. And then the Seer Council came back, of course. But because the purchase started, it finished of the Fire Prism. Level 9 Plague Champion. Then a bunch of fun bringing Nurgle's Rot to some Eldar and Guardsmen. Level 7 Sorcerer down for Stybek with the Rod of Warp Fire. And other fun shenanigans. Level 6 here for FXL. Noobussy was level 8 with the Warlock. And had Falchu's Wing at the end for Enhance. Looks like it was on these guys maybe, actually. Inquisitor level 7 down at the end. With a crossbow bolt pistol and that Purgatus. And Deathclaw's Lord General level 7 also with a sniper rifle. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this cast, and I'll see you next time.